Good morning. We'll get started here at the top of the hour, but just a couple of announcements before we start today. Welcome to the second day of the 2026 Monster Energy Big 12 Football Media Days. On behalf of the Big 12 Conference, we'd like to thank our television partners, sponsors, and media in attendance for joining us here at the Star. The conference would like to also thank the Jones family and the Dallas Cowboys organization for hosting this year's event here at their headquarters in Frisco. As a reminder, there will be no scrums after the main stage press conference this year, so please utilize the Q&A portion of the main stage address to ask a question. You can also ask questions during the coach's team breakout period later in the afternoon. We'll start with Arizona head coach Brent Brennan at 11 a.m. And just as a reminder, we will have a couple of microphone assistants throughout the room here today. So if you have a question, please raise your hand and keep it raised until we can get someone to you. And then when you are asking your question, please stand, state your name and media affiliation. Thank you. We'll see you here in just a few minutes.
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah.
Lose control, a body and soul. Don't move too fast, people just take it slow. Don't get ahead, just jump into it. Y'all hear about it? The P's will do it. Get started, get stupid. Don't worry about it, people will walk you through it step by step like an infant new kid. Inch by inch with a new solution. Transmit hits with no delusion. The feeling's irresistible and that's how we move it. Yo.
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah. Running. Come on, y'all. Let's get let's get and while out it. Let's get and while out it. Let's get and
let's get ill, that's the deal. Applicator will bring the bugged out drill. Lose your mind, this is the time. You can't stand still, twist and bang your spine. Bob your head like me, Apple D. Up inside your club or in your Bentley. Get messy, loud and sick. Your mind fast, no more on another head trip. So come them now, do not correct it. Let's get ignorant, let's get hectic.
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Played a lot of you might win it. It's like 25 the lives that you bust out of prison. Something's in the air, something's in the air. It's like that feeling when you're just about to kill it. Take your last shot, you know you're gonna hit it. Something's in the air, something's in the air. Whoa. Something big, I feel it happening out of my control. Pushing, pulling, and it's grabbing me. Feel it in my bones like, oh, whoa. About to win the medal, and you work so hard that you knew you wouldn't settle. Hands are in the air, hands are in the air. When they hear you when you thought they wouldn't listen, it's like an anthem that the whole world's singing. Hands are in the air, hands are in the air. Whoa. Something big, I feel it happening out of my control. Pushing, pulling, and it's grabbing me. Feel it in my bones. ground will shake. If we clap our hands, the walls will break. Yo, so loud, won't forget our names. Cause something big is happening. Take this spark and start a fire. Raise this up, we're feeling high. They can't tell us anything. Something big is happening. Something big, I feel it happening out of my control. Pushing, pulling, and it's grabbing me. Feel it in my bones like, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa. Something big is happening, whoa.
Good morning and welcome back to the 2026 Monster Energy Big 12 Football Media Days. We'll begin today's main stage press conferences with Arizona head coach Brent Brennan. Following Coach's opening statement, we'll open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question and we'll have a microphone assistant come to you. Please keep your hand raised until we can get someone over to you. And before asking your question, we ask you to please stand, identify yourself with your name and media affiliation. We'll now start with Coach's opening statement.
Good morning. Appreciate everybody being here. Want to thank Commissioner Yormark and all the people of the Big 12 for putting on a big time day for us here. Our players and myself and our administration are really excited to be here. Before I get into the questions, I'd just like to give you all a little bit of an idea of kind of where we're at, a little bit of framework with Arizona football going on year 3. In year 1, we took over a little bit late and it was kind of chaotic. And it was all about stabilizing the program, retaining players, trying to build a roster, trying to start building a culture. And then in year 2, I think we made some real positive moves. We added some new leadership with an offensive and defensive coordinator and special teams coordinator. We were able to retain some of our high-profile players. And it was all about establishing our culture of Redline. And for us, Redline is effort, execution, and accountability. And as we moved forward through that second year, we made sure everybody knew exactly what that meant. We made sure everybody's expectations of how we were going to move as a program and the alignment we were going to be in was steadfast and absolute lockstep. And I think the good thing that happened through that process was we played better football. Through our process, we ended up, winning 9 games and, getting to a great postseason bowl game. And so now as we're going into year 3, how does that thing change? And I think about Redline is always going to be the standard for everything we do. But there's some other things that I think are really kind of pushing into that space for us. And that would be, our commitment, our toughness, and momentum. We got to capitalize on the momentum of last season. And I feel like we've been doing that with a really strong offseason, some really good recruiting, and some really, some high-level stuff with our administration and also our donor base and our fan base. And so that momentum, well, that speaks to the players that you're going to hear from today. They're going to be able to give you a great indication of where we are as a program and how we're moving forward. But that commitment, we're starting to see that commitment from our administration, our donor base, and our fans. And that's what's really exciting. I think that's one of those things as we came into the Big 12, that was new. New opponents, new venues, new competition, teams that our people weren't familiar with. And now that we're 2 years in, they're starting to get an idea of what those games feel like and how intense this conference is. And I think that makes it fun because you're looking at a conference that I think everybody has a chance to win. And we've had good teams over the years at the University of Arizona. We've had good coaches. We've had good players. But we're trying to build a sustainable, consistent winning program at the U of A. That's the goal. And that's what we're all lockstep trying to do with our athletics director, Desiree Reed-Francois, and the players and the coaches we have on staff. I'm incredibly fortunate to have the people that are with me on this journey. And I can't wait to get started in about 2.5 weeks. So I'm ready for your questions now. Bear down.
We'll start with center right, first row.
Hey, Coach. Nick Hamilton, Nightcast Media. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Wanted to ask you, how, with seeing your guys get drafted, how are you and your staff energized and really able to continue that recruiting process and also to keep the momentum going, as you mentioned, as far as continuing to build that culture at Arizona?
Yeah, I think the excitement when you have 4 guys drafted, obviously the questions from our fans are like, how are you going to replace those guys, right? Because those guys were all really good players. But also, it's exciting for the program, but I think it also speaks to the coaching staff and the strength and conditioning staff and like what those men do to help prepare those players for that NFL opportunity. And I think that's what helped us more in the recruiting process is that, those players could speak to their development as part of being a part of the Arizona football program, who trained them, who coached them, and what their process was like there, and how that had a benefit in helping them get ready for the National Football League.
Center right, second row.
Coach Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Looking at your quarterback, Noah, just everything that he's done up to this point, he's passed Nick Foles with career passing touchdowns, and he's about to do it in career passing yards. What he's meant to you on the field, but then also more importantly off the field as a leader.
I think we're incredibly blessed to have a quarterback like Noah Fifita that definitely has a Heisman resume. And when I think about, and some of you all can check that data in front of you because I think we passed out a resume to everybody in the building. But Noah Fifita is the best story in college football. He's an incredibly good football player, but he's also this rare human being that chooses the right things every day. He's a man of great faith. He's a great teammate. He's a great leader. He's super engaged in our community, right? He's got a nonprofit. Like, he always finds ways to do extra to give. And I think that's rare in today's day and age. I think so many kids are just taking all the time, and I get it. That's the culture, that's life. But this young man, he doesn't only kick ass on Saturdays, he kicks ass every single day of the week. And he is as special as it gets.
Right side, fourth row.
David Collier, ABC Lubbock. Coach, you mentioned the coordinators that you brought in. What has impressed you about Seth Dagey and what he did with, and also, sorry, Mike dying on me, what he did with Noah and what he can do in his second year with this offense?
Coach Dagey's been an incredible addition to our football staff. I believe we're really very fortunate to have him at the University of Arizona. You know, it was interesting when I brought Coach Dagey in to talk about the job. I felt like we had just like an instant connection. I felt like we saw the world a little bit similarly. I felt like, you know, we were both passionate about the development of young people, and the football's the football, but there's this whole other piece that we're responsible for as coaches that doesn't get talked about very often. And so Seth and I got off to a great start. And then he spent some time with Noah, and I've just seen that relationship grow and continue to grow. And Noah, you know, I just talked about how special he is, but he's also special in his preparation. He's special in his process, right? He attacks that, you know, and Coach Dagey's a perfect guy for it, having played the position at a high level. He's also, Coach Dagey, as you know, is also a very assertive leader. And so that's helped Noah grow in that leadership department. So now I think we're fortunate going into the second year with Coach Dagey, and the second year for Noah having the same coordinator is critical because this is the first time he's had that in his college football career. So my expectations for both Noah and Seth Dagey could not be any higher. And I can't wait to get started, like I said at the beginning of this talk.
Center right, second row.
Coach Lynn Harrington, Stay Alive Power 5. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm all right. So I wanted to talk to you about your linebacker, Tay Brown. You know, he was the second leading tackler last season, over 90-plus stops. Can you talk about the leader he is and what kind of value he brings to your defense?
Tay Brown is the player on our football team that is the absolute definition of red line. That execution part, that 100 miles an hour, 100% of the time, that is Tay Brown in practice and in game every single day. And it's awesome because he gives every player on our team a consistent picture of what playing your tail off looks like every single rep. I mean, he really is the standard, right? So from that way, all of our players get to see, okay, here's this player that's a really good dude. He's a good student. He's super productive. And then on top of that, he plays harder than almost everybody on the team, right? Because if there's probably some other guys you'll talk to today that would argue who plays harder. But when you turn on the tape, it's Tay. And so that leadership, that consistency of performance, how he puts that out there every day, is incredibly compelling for our entire football team.
Center left, second row.
Hi, Coach. Kennedy Hardeman with D210 Sports. So in your opening statement, you spoke on sustainability. I wanted to know what pillars do you put within your team to maintain a sustainable winning season?
Okay, that is a huge question, and I'm not sure we have all day, but I'm going to try and give you what I got, okay? For starters, like, we are big believers in controlling what we can control, right? And what we can control is our process, right? We don't control the outcomes, right? But we can control our process. So that is where it starts for us every single day with our players. In terms of how we build that over time, our model at our place is going to be much more developmental, more high school players, and then focused on retention, you know, as they go through their process of development. Will we bat 1,000? No. No one will. You know what I mean? But I think as long as we are focused on our process and really diving into that daily, attaching that red line standard to our process, we have a chance for the outcomes we want. And so that's kind of how we're built.
Center right in the back.
Mitch Harper, KSL Sports. Brent, you talked about how the Arizona fans are getting familiar with new opponents, and one of those annual teams has been BYU the past 2 years. Week 2, you face BYU. Just maybe your thoughts on a big Big 12 matchup early in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure Kalani would tell you the same thing. We hate it that early. But no, obviously it's going to be a big-time football game, and especially coming off, we had an incredible double overtime game with them a year ago. We have tremendous respect for Kalani and that staff and what they've done at BYU. And I think that's going to be one of those ones where you're going on the road. It's a tough venue. You're playing against an outstanding football team. It's going to be like everybody in America should watch that game. It's going to be one of the best games of the whole weekend, the best games of the first month of college football. And so we can't wait. We're going to be excited to play by the time we get to it.
Center left, third row.
Hey, Brent, Colin Wilson with the Action Network.
What's up?
Protection of Noah Fafita is paramount this season. You've had turnover at offensive line and tight end position. Is this the number one thing to address in fall camp? And are there any emerging leaders right now?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm really excited about where we're at in the offensive line. You know, I think the retention of Alexander Deuce and Tristan Bounds, Matt Lotto. I think, there's some new players that have come in there. Zach Henning joined us through the portal. So I think we're excited about that. We did lose some good players up front, and we love those guys were outstanding for us. But I think we replaced them with some players that can step right in and do a good job of filling that. Obviously, we got work to do, but that's going to be something that we're going to address. And protecting Noah Fafita is, I think sometimes people think about protecting the quarterback solely being about pass protection. But it's as much about your effectiveness running the football as it is about your ability to just drop back and throw it. So I think that's one of those things with as we get into fall camp, we had a great spring with those guys. And it was good because Tristan was coming back from a postseason surgery situation. So some of those other young players got to get some valuable reps. And so we feel like we've got some good depth there and then some good additions in the tight end room. We're excited about that front. That front 6-7 guys is going to be a lot of fun.
Center left in the back.
Hey, Coach. This is Jason Phillips with Dogs.com. My question is, with so much changing in college football, what's one coaching principle that you have refused to change because you believe it still wins?
One coaching principle that I've refused to change?
Yes, sir.
We're moving forward together, and if you're not with us, there's the door.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your time today and good luck this season.
Bear down.
Cincinnati head coach Scott Satterfield will join us at 11:20. Thank you. Thank you, Coach.
slowly into hearts of men who need more than they get. Their ideals of attitude of a woman who has made too many bets. The mirror stares you in the face and says, baby, it don't work. You say your prayers, no, you don't care. You dance and shake your head. Dance, boogie wonderland. Sound fly through the night. I chase my back, no dreams to boogie wonderland. I find romance when I start dancing boogie wonderland. I find romance when I start dancing boogie
Our next press conference features Cincinnati head coach Scott Satterfield. Following Coach's opening statement, we'll open the floor for questions. So please raise your hand if you have a question, and we'll have a microphone assistant come to you. Before you ask your question, please stand, identify yourself with your name and media affiliation. Coach, we'll start with your opening statement.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. I think we're excited about heading into year 4 for us in the Big 12. We've improved our record each and every year. Excited about this year, I think for many reasons. I think first of all, with the players that we have coming back, starting with our offensive line, man, we got one of the best offensive lines in the country. If you got to have a good position group, certainly want to start with those guys. Excited about what they're going to be able to bring to our table. Last year, we were one of the top offensive lines, and a lot of those guys are back. So not only great players, but they're great leaders on our team, and head that locker room up. And then I think probably the next thing, just really excited about, Coach Woody is coming in to be our defensive coordinator. So that's going to be a change defensively. Over the last couple of years, Coach Woody and I were together at Appalachian State for 5 seasons. Did an outstanding job there, and has had a great run at Army the last 6 years. So excited about what he'll be able to bring to our defense. And then I think in the special team aspect, we have all 3 of our specialists back with our punter, our kicker, and our long snapper. So, and those guys are some of the best in the country as well. So, really amped about this year. Coming into year 4 in a great conference with a great opportunity. So excited about this and ready to get going.
Again, if you have a question, please keep your hand raised until we can get someone to you. We'll go to center right, second row.
Coach Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. J.C. French IV, bringing him through the portal from Georgia Southern. We know that a team goes as the quarterback goes, so what can you say about his leadership, his effort on the field, what you saw that was worth bringing in to Cincinnati?
Yeah, I think we all know it, no matter what level, what league you're in, whether it be rec league, high school, college, or pro, you better have a good quarterback. And certainly went in the portal and then trying to find a guy that fit what we want to do. And, JC was one of the guys that was out there. He's a couple of things that we like about JC. He ended up being the all-time leading passer in Georgia Southern school history. He's a guy who's got a lot of great experience. In Coach Helton's offense down at Georgia Southern, lit it up at times, did a great job with throwing the football. But then you start digging deeper and getting and calling and talking to people and finding out about his character, his leadership, how he handles himself off the field, and that was critical as well. And but you don't truly know until you get him on campus. And when we got JC on campus, very humble but very confident in his ability. I thought we had an outstanding spring. He came in. We split a lot of time at quarterback position this spring, and he kind of rose to the top. He throws an excellent ball. He's very catchable ball, tight spiral, can make the throws down the field as well, and also can move around a little bit. I think for us in our offense, we've always had a quarterback that can move around a little bit, and he's able to do that as well. So I'm excited about what he'll be able to do for our team this year. I think he's already taken the leadership role of the quarterback position. He's won the locker room, and that's the reason why we brought him here. I think we're excited about what JC will be able to bring to our team.
We'll go center left in the back.
Bailey Shefko with KillerFrogs.com. Hey, Coach, you said this is year 4 for you guys. What's the biggest strides that you're making in the Big 12, as well as your challenges?
Yeah, I think year 4 we've gotten better each and every year in this league. Obviously, when you're making a move up, from the group of 5 at that point to the Power League, there's going to be some challenges, and I think we certainly have learned a lot over the first 3 seasons. Last year we talked about we just got into a new facility at Cincinnati. It's an incredible facility where we house our football team, an indoor facility, new weight room, training room, many apparatuses that can help in recovery, aid in recovery. That certainly will help. This is our, I guess the anniversary, kind of like right now, 1-year anniversary, getting in the new building. And then also learning the lay of the land and the teams that we have to play in this league. It's some great league, it's some great coaches, great players, very competitive. We're having to travel a lot of places throughout the country and playing in some great venues. And, in this league, we all know you have to bring it your A game if you want a chance to win. And, but like everybody else, we're trying to put out a great team of individuals that come together and play as a team. And I think that's been our charge this whole offseason, is to become really connected, to become tight as a unit. And that's what we've been able to do, and it's exciting to see these guys work this summer.
Center left, second row.
Michaela Booker, D210 Sports. Coach, so much of the conversation today is about wins, championships, and this upcoming season, but your impact on these players lasts much longer than their football careers. How do you define success for your players when football is no longer part of their lives?
Yeah, I think in our program we do talk a lot about life and, you know, what kind of father, what kind of husband you're going to be when you leave. Football, you're going to put the cleats up one day, and then, you know, what kind of impact are you going to be able to make out in society. But I do think the things that we learn within football, the discipline, the accountability, the camaraderie, the teamwork that you have to have, the unselfishness that you have to have. You know, all these traits that I think you learn as a football player will help you in life. You know, and we got a bunch of great individuals in our building that learn from each other, learn from the older guys, and continue to move forward. So there's so many things that we can learn from the game of football that we try to teach our guys.
Center right, third row.
Scott Springer, Cincinnati Enquirer. Are you able to say anything about the letter of inquiry today on Brendan Sorsby? And has this provided a blueprint for Big 12 schools in general to educate their student athletes?
No, can't really make any comments about that inquiry.
Who goes center left, first row?
Coach Neil Meyer out of the front office news. You mentioned the coaching changes. When you look at that coaching change, bringing in Nate Woody with the transfer additions on the defensive side of the ball, do you feel this defense is best equipped to have success in the Big 12 in year 4?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we needed to get better at defensively. You know, for the last couple of years, we were, you know, mainly a drop 8 defense. And in this league, with so many great quarterbacks, these quarterbacks, man, they pick you apart. You know, I feel like you got to be able to mix it up and change some things to cause a little bit of havoc for the offense. So with Coach Woody, again, having been with him already for 5 years, and we got a good working relationship and understanding what he's trying to get done, you also have to look at your personnel. All right, what can they do, and what positions do we need to put them into for them to have success? And you know, Antoine Peak's a great example of that, who's a guy who's played in the secondary. Now we're moving him closer to the ball. He's going to be playing that Sam position to be able to have more impact in causing havoc for the offense. And hopefully we'll be able to create more pressure. I think, again, if you can get the offense off their routine, mixing it up by bringing different pressures, boundary field, and being a lot more aggressive, I think is what we need to be able to do. And with our talent that we have at linebacker position, with some of the guys we brought in and some of the guys that are back, like Jonathan Thompson, Simeon, you know, we got some great linebackers that can really put pressure on offenses, and now we got to be able to utilize those guys. And I think in this defense, we're going to be able to do that, and you know, obviously be able to mix in some coverages with that as well. So that's kind of what we've been doing this whole spring, and as we approach the summer, is finding different ways to be able to do that.
Center right, third row.
Hey, Coach. Hey. James Tecklington, White Right Son. Going back on to Coach Woody, last year, Shieldwood was Texas Tech. He obviously spent time with Coach Woody. Was seeing Coach Wood's success at Texas Tech, knowing that Coach Woody is one of the innovators in the East Coast 3-4, did that, along with your previous experience, kind of make it a no-brainer to bring him into the Big 12, and because you already have proof of concept?
Yeah, that's a good question and a good point. You know Coach Wood, Shield's done a great job at Tech with their defense last year, but even before that, you know, everywhere he's been, and he, you know, him and Coach Woody were together at Wofford for years, and there's other guys that are coaching throughout college football that come off that same Coach Woody tree. You know, and Coach Woody's been calling defense for a long time now, and it has great success. He did an outstanding job at Army the last several years. You know, he's a smart coach, and he has experience. And you know, I think anytime you have experience calling defenses, how to stop these offenses now. These offenses are so good nowadays. They're so innovative, what they're doing with their players. You know, how they can match up run game scheme with their passing game scheme. And you have to have a multiple defense. You just can't sit in the same defense and think you're going to have great success. And so, you know, certainly what Coach Wood did at Tech, They had some outstanding players there as well last year, and a lot of those guys are back this year too. So, but Coach Woody can bring some of that to her and help our defense and certainly give us a better opportunity to win these games.
Center left, 6th row.
Jordan Edmondson, Sickles Committee. This year will be 129th meeting between Cincinnati and Miami. We missed a year last year, but how is it important to you that they keep these kinds of games going, these important non-conference that have so much history?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's incredible the amount of times in history that the Miami and Cincinnati have had over the years, not 45 minutes apart from each other. It's an incredible rivalry, one that our players love playing in, and our fans, I think, love it as well. As we know how college football has changed over time and years, and guys going in different conferences, and somehow we've been able to sustain the rivalry over all those years. So it'll be interesting to see how it happens, what happens in the future with it. I certainly believe that in college football, you want to have rivalries. You want to be able to play some of the teams that you've been playing for years, and regional rivalries, I think, are important for the fan bases for sure. And so this year we're playing in our soccer stadium in Cincinnati, which will be a very unique venue. It'll be an intimate, loud, great environment. I think that we'll all see that, notice that this year when we play that game. So hopefully we'll be able to continue this rivalry throughout the future. And, obviously the higher ups need to look at it and figure it out. But I think as coaches and players, we love playing in games like that because, everybody's up for it, and it's going to bring out the best in both teams.
Time for one final question. We'll go center right, 2nd row.
All right. Coach Lynn Harrington with Stay Alive Power 5. How you doing today?
Hey, good.
That's good. So last season you opened up the year facing Nebraska at Arrowhead Stadium. This season you open up against Boston College, a powerful team out the ACCC. So how are you preparing your teams mentally and physically to, no cream puff off the top? You about to go to battle in week 1.
Yeah, I think we revert a little bit back to what happened last year. We played a Nebraska team, an outstanding, and Arrowhead Stadium, probably one of the louder stadiums I've been in. It was packed, a great environment, came down right to the last play. No different this year. I think anytime you start your first game against a team like Boston College, a team that's going to have a lot of great players, good coaching staff, and our first games, there's a lot of unknowns too. Like, what are they going to be trying to do with their new players, any new coaches that they may have. So there's a lot of little cat and mouse going on at the beginning of the game, I think, offensively and defensively, and trying to figure each other out. I think the big thing for us is to know that we have to be our best in the first game. And so that's why this summer and August camp's got to be intense. And you got to be ready to go that first week. You certainly want to get out to a great game. And, unlike last year when we didn't win the first game, you want to come out and get that first win right off the bat. And I think for us, fortunately, it's in Nippert Stadium. We'll have a great crowd. We'll, certainly have a home field advantage. We got to take advantage of that. Thank you.
Coach, thank you for your time today, and good luck this season.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it.
You be there by my side, standing strong as the waves roll over. And the nights are long, longing for you to come home. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Focus, fire gun, we need someone to lean on. Focus, fire gun, all we need is somebody to lean on. Focus, fire gun, we need someone to lean on. Focus, fire gun, all we need is somebody to lean on.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace.
Continuing today's press conferences at the 2026 Monster Energy Big 12 Football Media Days, our next guest is Iowa State head coach Jimmy Rogers. Following Coach's opening statement, we'll open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question, and we'll have a microphone assistant come to you. Please keep your hand raised until we get someone over to you. Before asking your question, please stand, identify yourself with your name and media affiliation. Coach, we'll start with your opening statement.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to represent such a great conference at the Big 12 Conference. I do want to give thanks to Commissioner Yormark, Scott Draper, and everybody involved with putting on such a first-class event. This is truly special, not just for coaches, but for our players. It's an honor. It's an honor and truly humbled to be the head coach at Iowa State. You know, we have great leadership starting from the top. Our president, athletic director, Jamie Pollard. I wouldn't be in this situation, and I have a ton of gratitude and appreciation to those people that have been a part of my journey thus far. I know there's a lot of general curiosity about our roster, just with so much change from one season to the next, both in coaching staff, but also players, and I'm very confident in the players that we've been able to bring in, the team that we've assembled, that we will be extremely competitive this fall, and I look forward to the challenge of competing in one of the best conferences in the country.
Yeah, and if you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll go center right, first row.
Hey, Coach. I wanted to ask you, what are some of the important portal lessons that you learned when you built this roster, and what also did you learn about yourself through this process?
Well, I have the unique experience of doing this 2 years in a row, and you learn a lot about yourself after you've made many mistakes along that journey. Both scenarios completely different, very similar in the amount of players, but I would say more than anything, be true to who you are, stay committed to what got you to that spot, and that's always been about finding the right people that fit the fiber of what you want to be. I did that in the coaching staff this time, and I did that in the players. And I'm really excited about the type of players and their willingness to come in and work and to buy into something bigger than themselves. And I'm really excited for this upcoming fall to see that come to fruition.
Again, once you're called upon to ask your question, please say your name and media affiliation. We'll go center left, second row.
Hi, I'm Candace Lamb with D210 Sports. Good morning, Coach. Right here in front
Where
of
you are? All right, there you go.
Hi. Coach, what separated Jalen Rayner this offseason to make definitive QB1 going into this season?
Well, I would say one, he has a really high capacity. He's extremely smart. He actually started fall camp or spring ball a little slower than what I had imagined, but his progression day in and day out, I think he was having his best weeks going into the summer. The most impressive thing about Jalen, and he's extremely talented, you can see that throughout his career. He's been a 3-year starter. He took over a starting position 3 games into his freshman year, is he isn't one to ever become complacent, but he's an unbelievable leader. People naturally gravitate to him. In a roster of what is 84 new players, but 125 new players to him, the ability to be 1 week into a program and learn every player's name and create a nickname for them, and those players to naturally gravitate towards his spirit and who he is and what he's about, has been extremely impactful for us as a staff to have a guy like that that people want to be around, that people want to listen to, and they're inspired by how he works.
Center right, second row.
Coach Lynn Herring of Stay Alive Power 5. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So to follow up what you were talking about with the roster turnover, so many new players, you were able to retain one key player, your kicker, Kyle Conradry. I mean, he's been productive in the past. And can you talk about the value that he brings to your team and special teams and being clutch in those situations and having a player like that on the roster?
Yeah, I think he can change the game. I think, honestly, Kyle may be arguably the most talented player on our team, and although people say you brought a kicker to media days, I think he's probably one of the best kickers in the entire country. And to witness it throughout a season of watching game film, but also to witness it live throughout a spring ball, watching him kick 60-plus yarders up the net pretty frequently, he's a special talent. And I think when you can do that, it changes the course of how you call a game. When you go for it on 4th down, what is 4-down territory for you? And it can keep people in a tough situation and how they play you defensively because of what you have as an offensive weapon. And the other part of that is when you have a great kicker, he ends up being some of your best defensive positioning where you are out on the field, being able to pin people, being able to kick it high enough to not allow people to take touchbacks or leave some gray area and whether they should field it or not. He's surely a talent, and we're excited to watch him compete this fall.
Center right, second row.
Coach Dan Tortora, Wake Up Call, DET.com. When you look at the reasoning of why you came to Iowa State, just what spoke to you about this specific program, about the Cyclones? Now that you've had some time to reflect on that, why Iowa State, why this program, why right now?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of many things. This is a perfect fit for me because the people, I'm a big people person. I've recruited the state for 7 years when I was my prior tenure at South Dakota State. Had a prior relationship with Jamie Pollard. I felt really confident about the leadership that was in place here. My family is from South Dakota, which is just 4 or 5 hour drive. For my kids to have relationships with their cousins and their aunt and uncles and their grandparents was extremely important to me because that is something that maybe I didn't have growing up. And then the other portion of that is the opportunity to be at, in a Power 4 school and to compete in the Big 12, a tough conference, a conference that the point differential is extremely hard. The point differential between win and losing is the closest in the country. So to play every single game knowing that you could be playing a team that could beat anybody in the country any given week, as a competitor, that's intriguing. You win this conference, you punch your ticket into the college football playoff. you have an opportunity to compete for a national championship. That is the goal. And whether that happens this year or next year or the years to come, that is the goal, that is the mission. The mission is winning. And to expect anything less or to take a year off or say that this is a rebuilding year, I don't think anybody in the NFL says that, and their rosters look different every single year, so I'm not going to buy into that. We have a team that's committed. We have the right people in the building. We just got to put it on the field and put it in process and feel confident about where we stand.
Center right. Third row.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Jim.
James Teclianti, White Wright's son. Can you talk about your decision to the 32 split defense that John Heacock was running at Iowa State for the last several years to the 4-2-5 that you guys have been running with 4 down linemen? Does that change your recruiting approach? Because now instead of kind of getting back 8 athletes, you need to get an extra lineman. And also, if you don't mind a kind of a clinic question, is Isaac Terrell one of the guys who can kind of play a 2-for-1 on taking the quarterback and the running back when you're playing a guard tackle counter and making both reads? Is he that type of player for you?
Answer to your first question, when we took over this, obviously there's an overflow of defensive backs and you're transitioning from a 3-man front to a 4-man front. And so there is a definite need to get more D linemen into the building if you want to be a 4-man front team. I believe in the 4-man front because I believe in stopping the run and keeping the line of scrimmage as flat as possible. Have the extra hat in there to rush the quarterback and not always relying on patterns and blitzings rather than technique and overall skill set of getting the right people on the field and bringing them in as like a wave of a hockey lineup. You're able to stay fresh and not take as many snaps up front to be able to withstand the season. The next, answer for me is Isaac Terrell, I think, is one of the best players maybe in this league as far as how he plays, and I haven't watched every single player in the league. I just know how he plays. His style is relentless, is unbelievable motor. I think he had 7.5 sacks last year and close to 13 tackles for loss. He's a guy that we can rely on to give his best day in and day out, and it shows up by how he performs on the field.
Who goes center left back row?
Hey, Coach, this is Jason Phillips with KillerFrogs.com. You have Aiden Flora, who was a former walk-on, and I'm wondering, have you seen a drop-off in that walk-on mindset when it comes to getting a look out of your scout team and getting the best out of your guys in practice?
Well, right now there is no scout team. Everybody's fighting to earn a position. Aiden Flora was one of the guys right away when I watched the film, stood out to me as a specialist. This guy's a, all Big 12 guy, returner for us, and that was one of our first actions that we'd done, is call Aiden and put him on scholarship. I think he's special because of how he trains, how he works, and none of that has dropped off. He's probably one of the hardest workers in the building. We put the guys through a series of gauntlet drills in the spring, and he wants to know why many are trying to survive those days. He wants to know if he had any lack of efforts marked down on his name or how he could have been better. And I think that's who he is. He's a winner, he's a worker, he's a high school wrestler, and he's a tough kid that's going to find himself impacting this football team at a really, really high rate this year.
We'll go to center left in the back.
Hi, Coach Jimmy Rogers. Hi, Coach Rogers. Alec.
Did you just call yourself Jimmy Rogers?
I did. That was.
I like it.
Your guys' non-conference, power conference rivalry game against Iowa is something that fans look forward to. It's only scheduled for 2026 and 2027. Is that something you would like to see continue long term?
Yeah, there's no question. I think that's the pageantry of college football, is the competitive nature and who you play week in and week out. That's why this opportunity was so intriguing to me. Iowa's a great football team, and to take a rivalry away from the state, I would hate to see it. I think all rivalries across the country should be played think more teams, I mean, what is in the state of Texas, is there 8 FBS teams and none of them play each other? I think that's crazy. That's just my opinion.
Time for one final question. We'll go center right, 6th row.
Hey, Coach Rogers, Conrad Barr with KMU. Building off of what Matt Campbell did here, what is the identity of the Iowa State Cyclone football team for your program?
Toughness. Toughness. A team that will buy into one another. A team that will be united when they step on the field together, and that they have precise clarity with their intentions to accomplish something that they said that they were passionate about. And then having an unfaltering focus to finish and to be their best and to give their best to their teammates. And I think you can do that. You just got to get the right people in the building. They got to have the right coaches. There's got to be the right belief system that is egoless and that is bound by trust, purpose, and accountability. And I feel like we have that right now. But we got to do something about it. It can't be all talk.
Coach, thank you for your time today and good luck this season.
Go Clones.
TCU head coach Sonny Dykes will join us at noon.
When it's time for leaving, I hope you'll understand. time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me now. I'm having a good time. Don't stop me yes, now. I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. Yeah, I'm right.
Joining us now on stage is TCU head coach Sonny Dykes. Following coach's opening statement, we'll open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question and keep it held up until we can get someone over to you. Before asking your question, we ask that you please stand, identify yourself with your name and media affiliation. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach.
Yeah, I just want to say, number one, thank you to the media for being here and covering the Big 12. I think it's a tremendous league. I think it's a league that's very exciting. Love the leadership in the league. I think Brett's doing a tremendous job of navigating through some difficult times of what's happening in college football right now, and I think he's the right man for the job. You know, I'm lucky. I think I have one of the best jobs in college football. I get to live in Fort Worth, Texas, in the DFW Metroplex, and coach at a university that understands how important football is, values, you know, winning with integrity. I get to work for people that, you know, Chancellor Pullen is fantastic. Mike Buddy, our athletic director. I mean, to me, those are two of the people that if I got to choose anybody in the country to work for, I would love. I'm just so thankful to get to work with them. Let me just say this. I think the thing that is satisfying for me, this is year 30 for me as a college football coach. Year 16 is a Division I head coach. The more you do this, the longer you're involved in the game. I think the more you realize how fortunate you are to be a part of it. And what makes doing what we do so gratifying is, you know, when you get to bring 6 players with varying backgrounds like we brought today, and guys that have been with us really since the beginning, since we came to TCU and had a vision for that program. It's fun to watch those guys grow up and become not only great football players, but great people. Get their education, graduate from TCU. It's incredibly satisfying. So my hat's off to our players that are here. I'm really proud of who they are, really proud of what they do and how they represent this university, and just really blessed and fortunate to be a part of it. So again, thank you for what you guys do. College football is the greatest game in the world. There's some challenges right now inside of our industry, but at the end of the day, the kids are better than they've ever been. They work harder. They're more unselfish. You know, they take care of themselves off the field better than they ever have before. They understand the responsibility that comes with being a college football player. And so again, we're fortunate to all get to be a part of it. So I'll take questions.
Center left, forefront.
Stephen Johnson, Fort Worth Star-Articular. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Stephen Johnson, Fort Worth Star-Articular. Sonny, you said previews before that Jaden checked a lot of the boxes for you guys.
Yep.
As he's been in the building, you've gotten to know him a little bit more. What have you seen from him as he's taken more of ownership of his leadership role?
Yeah. You know, the more I'm around him, the more boxes I think he checks in a lot of ways. You know, we went to dinner last night and had a chance to just visit and talk, and it wasn't really about football, just about other things. And just so impressed with his self-awareness. You know what I mean? I think, you know, I have teenage girls and a 9-year-old son in my household, and self-awareness is a big challenge for all of us in the Dykes household, for sure. And it's cool when you get around a player that just, you know, understands who he is, what his role is, what his strengths are, what his weaknesses are. You know, I appreciate his love of the process of playing quarterback, because it's a process-driven position. I appreciate the fact that he wants to do things the right way. I appreciate the way he has come in and, you know, won over the hearts and minds, I think, of his teammates. And he did it by, you know, being humble, by working hard, by not overstepping his bounds, by never pounding his chest and saying, look at me. You know, he's a joy to be around. He's a really talented football player. I expect great things from him. You know, in our program, whoever the quarterback is, we hand him the keys to the program. And so there's a lot of responsibility that comes along with that, and I feel very confident handing those keys to him.
Center left, second row.
Hi, I'm Lacey Hawthorne. We're D210 Sport. Coach, what stood out most about getting credit during the recruiting process, and what gives you confidence that at Harvard will translate to the Big 12?
Yeah. You know, the interesting thing was the way the transfer portal works is, you know, we have a personnel department that is going through and looking at players all the time and evaluating guys and seeing, okay, who do we think is going to be a good fit for our program? I don't know that we knew we were going to take a transfer quarterback, honestly. We had a quarterback that had been with us for a number of years. He still had a year of eligibility. We kind of assumed he would be with us, and it ended up not being the case. And once that happened, our personnel department, you know, came in and said, okay, look, take a look at this guy, see what you think. And you turn the tape on of him playing at Harvard, and you really like what you see. You know, you see a big, strong guy that is making throws that, you know, you go, wow, that's impressive. You see a guy that doesn't turn the ball over. You see a guy that handles himself well. And so the football stuff checks out. And then you have an opportunity to get on the phone with him and start to talk to him a little bit. Okay, what's important to you? What are you looking for? Why are you interested in TCU? You know, and once you got to know him, that's when we zeroed in on him very quickly. The transfer portal quarterback thing happens fast. Unfortunately, it's happened in a lot of cases during the season. And what I mean by that is there's people talking to your quarterbacks and talking to your players and doing all this stuff. It just kind of happens in today's college football. But, you know, we zeroed on him quickly. We had to quickly. Got him on a visit, got around him a little bit. We were fortunate that Gordy Samish, our new offensive coordinator, you know, was from that part of the country, had a background with him. They knew each other on a real surface level, but they knew each other. You know, Jaden knew of Gordy, Gordy knew of Jaden, and then once those two guys got in a room together, I think they both realized pretty quickly this was going to be a really good fit. So, you know, he brings a lot to the table, as I said. You know, experience, maturity, athleticism, playmaking ability. But again, at the end of the day, the thing I love about him is, you know, he wants to be challenged. He wants to be pushed. He's all about becoming the best version of himself that he can become. And I think at the end of the day, you know, that's who you want leading your program.
Center left, fourth row.
Hey, Coach. Jeremy Clark, Horned Frog Blitz 24/7. How you doing?
Good, Jeremy. What's up, man?
Quick question. You went outside the box to find Gordon Samish. You just talked about him a little bit. What was it about Gordon that made him the OC you wanted to have? And what did you see in spring camp that gets you excited to see him this fall?
Yeah, okay. You know what's interesting is you could take exactly what I said and apply it to Gordy. And what I mean by that is, 2 years ago, UConn had a Friday night game, and I'm in the team hotel watching college football like every college coach does on Friday night. And UConn's playing, and I'm watching their offense and know some of the players playing for them. Number one, I thought, wow, I like what they're doing from a scheme perspective. I like their style of play. They're showing their statistics, like the balance between run and pass, like the fact that they have productive runners, productive passers, like the fact they don't turn the ball over very often. So that all that stuff kind of, I noticed all of that. As the season rolled around on Sunday, I would, throw a little UConn tape on and just kind of watch them a little bit. And I'd get to the office Sunday morning and be like, okay, I wonder what these guys did. So watched a little bit of that. Had an appreciation for what they were doing and how they were doing it. This season rolled around, kind of the same thing, followed them a little bit. Noticed, how few times they turned the ball over. Then, once we knew we were going to have an opportunity to hire a new coordinator, Ryan Dorchester, our chief of staff, kind of did a deep statistical study. And, to things that we felt like were important, it would give us the best opportunity to win. And UConn kept showing up. And so at that point, it's like, okay, who's doing this? It's Gordy Samish, interesting background. He's an offensive line coach. It's a play caller. There's not too many of those in college football. So anyway, same thing happened. Got him on the phone, had a conversation with him, a quick conversation that was like, I kind of thought, okay, this is really interesting. We need to have another conversation. And as we continued to talk a little bit, it became apparent to me quickly that this is the guy we need to hire. And so we zeroed on him pretty quickly. And so it was kind of the same thing. You look at the tape. Does the tape match? Yes. Does the personality match? Yes. And then we got him here for the spring and was around him every day. And again, the thing I appreciated about him was, there's nothing that happens randomly. Everything has a reason. And it's just well thought out. It's well conceived. I think he's really bright. I just like what we're doing offensively. I like the way he coaches our players. He's a physical, tough disciplinarian, and that's what we wanted, and that's what we needed to reinforce, some of the things that we felt are important. And again, going to give us the best chance to win. And so, loved what he did this spring. Loved what we did offensively. Got a lot of work to do this summer. Still a lot of things got to happen. We got to have a great fall camp, but coming out of spring football, I was really comfortable with where we were. And again, most importantly, with him, even more comfortable, even more excited than I was before we hired him.
Go to the far left side, forefront.
Hi, Coach.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. So I think
Okay.
moving to. Hi, Coach.
Hey.
Victoria Samuels with Fox 44. Just talking about the year of transfer quarterbacks. You guys have Craig and then Baylor bringing in Lagway. You guys are heading down to Waco this year. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of having that rivalry game, keeping it alive on the schedule, and then also just the importance of Texas college rivalries and playing each other in Texas?
Yeah. Good question. I think, look, that's what makes college football great and unique and different. Are those rivalries, are those games that, our fans remember going to when they were students at TCU. And, their parents went to. And, all that stuff is really, really, really important. It's important for us to do everything we can to maintain those rivalries. Just because of the way conferences are now, many of those don't exist. And it's a shame that they don't. It's a shame that conference realignment has changed some of that, but we have to do everything we can to hold on to them. Speaking of Baylor, I think, obviously everybody in the country tried to recruit DJ Lagway the first time. You know, he had some really, really bright moments at Florida. Did some really, really impressive things. You know, really talented young man. You know, Jake Spavital, Baylor's offensive coordinator, I think is a really sharp coach, and I think Jake will bring out the best in him. And I would expect him to have a big year and, you know, be one of the top quarterbacks in the Big 12.
Time for one final question. We'll go to center left. Third row.
Hey, Coach. Ryan Myers, Dallas Morning News. As you guys prepare for an international game heading to Ireland, does that change how preparation goes in fall camp and what challenges come with it?
Yeah. So we play 0 week. So we're, you know, a week earlier. So yeah, it changes our report day. Everything kind of moves up a week. But as you said, when you do a deep dive and look at the history of these games in Ireland, a lot of the teams that have played in this historically haven't performed that well, or maybe not up to the expectations of those teams, at least what they thought they were going to, of how they thought they were going to perform. You look at Iowa State and Kansas State last year, I think, you know, neither team probably had the kind of season they thought they were going to coming into the game, and especially right after the game. You know, I think both teams did a tremendous job of recovering and playing well at the end of the season, but you could tell it took a toll on both teams. And so we're trying to do everything we can, you know, to develop best practices. We've talked to a number of people that have coached in this game, both administrators, coaches, you know, about, okay, what was challenging about this game? What would you do different if you had the opportunity to do it again? The thing that we felt was incredibly important was playing that game week 0 and then having an open week 1. And we were fortunate enough to be able to make that work in our schedule. You know, we didn't want to have to get home at, you know, 10 p.m. Sunday night and try to prepare for an opponent on a short week. So we'll have an opportunity to get our players back, get readjusted, you know, and try to hit the ground running as we start getting ready for our opponent in week 2. But it's challenging. Anytime that you break your routine, have an 8-hour flight, there's some challenges associated with that. Obviously, logistically, we've been working on it for a year now as far as getting our players' passports and, you know, getting all the stuff done that we're going to do. How do we get equipment there? You know, all the different things. What are we going to do with our team? How much time are we going to give them? We want them to have an experience, you know, of going to Ireland and get to see, you know, part of the Irish culture, but at the same time, it's a business trip and we need to win the football game. And we're going to be playing a North Carolina team that's going to be a lot different than the team they had last year. So they'll be a completely different team. They'll make a tremendous jump. It'll be a very challenging game for us. They've hired Bobby Petrino to be the offensive coordinator, I think one of the elite play callers in all of football. So it'll be a challenge. And so we've got to do everything we can to, number one, ensure that we have a good trip going over. And number 2, that we put our players in the best position coming back to perform well the rest of the season.
Coach, thank you for your time today and good luck this season.
Okay, thank you guys.
We'll have K-State head coach Colin Klein in just a few moments.
Well, my name's John Lee Pettimore. Same as my daddy and his daddy before. You hardly ever saw granddaddy down here. They only come to town about twice a year. You buy 100 pounds of yeast, fence a copper line. Everybody knew that it made moonshine. Now the revenue man want a granddad bad, headed
next press conference features Kansas State head coach Colin Klein. Following Coach's opening statement, we'll open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question and keep it raised until we can get someone over to you. Before asking your question, we ask that you please stand, identify yourself with your name and media affiliation. Coach, we'll start with opening statement.
Thank you. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you for all that you do for the greatest sport in the world. It's great to be back in the Big 12. I grew up a Big 12 kid, and being able to be part of this conference as a fan, as a player, as a coach, and now being part of helping move our game and our conference forward is absolutely tremendous to be a part of. I thank the Lord every day that I get to come to work at a place that has impacted my life tremendously. And our program at Kansas State, my two predecessors have been so much, it's been so much bigger than just the game of football. And yes, we're going to do football well, but the impact of that we want to have and that they have had on young men and setting the trajectory for the rest of their life at an incredible angle, being able to teach them the lessons and give them the opportunity to compete is something that I don't take for granted. This is home for me. It's a dream come true, and so grateful for our administration, our players, and all the effort that has been put in the last 6 months as we build this thing and move it forward. And have 4 of our players with us here today, and just how they have led our football team and bought into what we are doing and what we are building is absolutely tremendous. It's incredibly exciting for the future of Kansas State football, and excited for the season to get started.
All right, we'll start with center left, second row.
Colin Barry Trammell with Tulsa. You mentioned your 2 predecessors, quarterback for one, coach for the other, great success. How much will you rely on what you learned from each in sort of putting your imprint on the program?
Well, I think it's an incredible situation top to bottom. I think starting most recently with Coach Klieman, I think our relationship is very unique. I think it's very genuine. I think both of us have come at everything through the different course of our professional journey, what is best for the other person. And I think that is something that, again, I don't take for granted. He's been there every step of the way. If I've needed something or had a question I know my and our program's best interest at heart. Coach Snyder has been tremendous. Again, I'd be here all day if I was going to go through all the ways that his fingerprints have been on my life, and probably a big reason I got into coaching, to be perfectly honest with you. And all of those little things that I didn't even know he was teaching me at the time, being able to apply those and have those come to fruition through the course of my journey is incredible.
Center right, second row.
Coach Lynn Herring to Stay Alive Power 5. How you doing today?
How you doing? I'm good.
Welcome back to the Big 12. So you're back at Kansas State, and in a world where it's like costs you a lot of money to get quarterbacks from the transfer portal. However, you was able to retain Avery Johnson, who seems like he fits your style of offense to a T with his breathtaking mobility, quick release. His style of play is similar to Marcel Reed, where you were offensive coordinator at Texas A&M last year. Can you talk about the value that Avery Johnson brings to the offense?
Well, Avery and I's relationship goes back a long way. It's incredibly special to me, and I would argue that some of his best attributes are not physical. And I know everyone sees how fast he is and how fast and how well he can run. Everybody sees the arm talent and the zip and spin on the football. He's one of the best competitors I've been around, and he works hard at his craft. And he's a very stoic, laid-back guy, but that processor's going and his motor's going hot under there, even though he is very, very calm and collected on top. And I think that's why we got so close and why we fit, because that gives me energy every day working with him, and as we have in the past and now. And I know that's what he gets from me too, because we care about, we both love the game of football. We both love competing and winning, and we both love team. And that's a good combination. It's again, a privilege to be back. The history we have, I think, has given us a head start to be able to get back thinking the same way and on the same page to do what we want to do. And excited for the future.
Center right, third row.
Hey, Colin. Colin Wilson with the Action Network. Not too many of us. Jordan Peterson comes with you as your defensive coordinator from Texas A&M, but he had some time at Kansas before that. How much of this defense will be the 4-2-5, Elko, nastiness, stop the run, everything that they have? Will it resemble that, or something different to match your personnel?
Well, I think in today's world of college football, and with something that was very, very important to me as I was putting our staff together, and then also Jordan and I talking, and then me envisioning that position in general, is in today's world, you have to be multiple. And you have to present different pictures, different fronts. And so our ability to be multiple was important. With his experience level and the different places that he's been, feel very, very confident that we're going to be able to put the package together that will fit our personnel and also be multiple.
Center left, second row.
Michaela Booker, D210 Sports. Question for you is, when you took over as head coach, what's the first thing you wanted to preserve for the team and the first thing you wanted to change?
The transition timing is crazy in college football right now, because you're doing 10,000 different things, and when you're in the middle of getting ready for a playoff game, while starting to put together a staff, trying to hold together for the roster. I think I was very fortunate, having been here 2 years before, not too long ago, to have a little bit of the lay of the land, a little bit of an understanding of the personnel on the roster, personnel staff-wise in the building, to give me a head start. But the biggest thing was trying to build relationships with the players as fast as I could, and really get to bridge that gap with them to understand where they were at, what they were thinking, doing our own evaluations to see and feel who and how we were going to retain and hold that together. Coach Kleiman had done an unbelievable job. Our culture has been very, very strong. So a good situation to walk into as a first-time head coach.
Center right in the back.
Hey, Coach. Andy Diedrich, KGSO Radio Wichita. I'm curious about your approach. You mentioned you want this team to have a new old school sort of way to go out there on the field. You were there for the glory days. The fans back in Kansas remember the 90s and 2000s. What does new old school mean for the on-field product?
Well, I think, from the jump, and it's really the only way I know. And I've been very, very fortunate to be around coaches and mentors that have lived that out. And I think there's a level of investment, there's a level of sacrifice, there's a level of toughness, there's a level of grit that sometimes can be unpopular, from a cultural standpoint, or sometimes people don't like it because it's uncomfortable. And that mantra for me is that, that's a place that we're going to live. And if there's people that don't like that or make them uncomfortable, then there's plenty that will embrace it, that will embody that, and when they put on that power cap, they will represent it in the way that and be willing to make the sacrifices, work at the level that we need to work, and become everything that they can be.
Center right, second row.
Dan Tortora, Wake Up Call, DT.com. Coach, for your journey to be the quarterback at K-State, now be the head coach, just being on that special road that you've been on that not a lot of people get to take, reflecting on that, what that's meant to you, and then where your faith kind of works into that, because I know you mentioned your faith when you started off today.
Yeah, I appreciate you asking that. I think top to bottom, my faith, my relationship with Jesus is the most important thing. these situations are completely because of him and everything that he has blessed me and my family with. It's not because of how hard I've worked or how smart I am. It has nothing to do with that. He's made all the pieces and put them in place at the right time, the right way to make all of this a reality. And understanding that the reason and the mission that I'm called here and that we are called here, every one of us is to serve and impact those around us, and how that is the most important thing. And that's the context that I'm able and very, very blessed to approach this opportunity with. I'm very blessed that that culture has been laid for a very, very long time here, that way from Coach Snyder and Coach Kleiman, that it was never about them. It was about the people. It was about serving others. It was about making their life and their situation better while striving for excellence in everything we do.
Time for a couple more questions. We'll go center right in the back.
Hey, Colin. Tim Everson, Manhattan Mercury. I wanted to ask about the two defensive guys that you brought, Wesley and Rex. What's impressed you most about what you've seen this offseason?
Yeah, I think both are exemplary work ethic, character, investment and care for our team. We've really developed our leadership council through the winter and the spring, voted on that after that to build that nucleus of guys. We're waiting to vote on captains until 2 weeks into training camp to give those guys a chance to work and compete with each other and develop with each other, learn one another. And these two guys defensively over the last month in the summer have done a great job in our player representation meetings, bringing issues to the table, helping serve their teammates and solve problems, being sold out to our team concept, and that all of those characteristics translate directly to the field. And so that's and I could say, I mean, we could definitely have brought 10, 12, 15 guys that are doing that. I thought those two really stood out over the last month.
Time for a final question, far left side in the back.
How's it going? Wesley Fair, Kansas State football. So I got a question for you. Being a former quarterback, do you find yourself cheering for offense or defense, or how do you go about that?
Well, I think I need to answer that by what's on the line of who wins or loses, because after that dinner we had, I think I remember which one I would want to be on, you know?
There we go. I like the sound of that.
All right. Thank you for your time today, Coach, and good luck this season.
Thank you, guys.
Now on the main stage at the 2026 Monster Energy Big 12 Football Media Days is Kansas head coach Lance Leipold. Following Coach's opening statement, we'll open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question and keep it held up until we have someone over to you. Before asking your question, we ask that you please stand, identify yourself with your name and media affiliation. Coach, we'll start with your opening statement.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here. As many of us have said before, it's kind of the time that knows that the season's right around the corner. We appreciate everybody being here covering the Big 12 Conference and our programs. Really excited about the opportunity to bring 5 of our players here today: Blake Harold, Leroy Harris, Cam Pickett, Kelvin Clements, and Trey Lathan, who do a great job representing our program. Also, this morning's release that our partnership with XRP and to have our jersey sponsorship with them is just another step in the great job that our administration has done moving our programs forward. At this time, I will open up for questions.
And if you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll go to center right, second row.
Oh, Jesse.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Coach, bringing in Yasin Willis from Syracuse, just what you saw in him in the backfield, what he's done up to this point, why you feel like being at Kansas might be his best chapter yet.
Yeah, great question. I appreciate that. And, you know, your son's done a great job. He's a big back, physical back, downhill runner, able to move the pile a little bit. You know, Andy Kolnicki has returned to our program as play caller, and I know he's really excited about what he gives us. That and the addition. We really like, first of all, the depth of the room that we have in the running back position, but your son being complemented with Dylan Edwards, we think we really have 2 different running styles that can really give us some explosiveness as an offense and some versatility.
All right, we'll go to center left, midway back.
Michelle Gardner, Arizona Republic. We talked to Kenny Dillingham yesterday about the challenge of the game in London. Can you talk about the challenges and the rewards?
And I think it's an opportunity for both our programs for this conference. Obviously, it does have its challenges, but when the commissioner brought this opportunity to us, first of all, as giving up a home game, we're in phase 2 of our stadium renovation, and we're at a reduced capacity, so that was part of the formula. But you know, I'm still about, and I think we're still about student-athlete experience. And I think we're providing an opportunity for our student-athletes to have a once-in-a-lifetime experience to go over there and play a football game. I've mentioned it many moons ago when I was a graduate assistant at the University of Wisconsin. We played in Tokyo, Japan. And when I run into former players at that time, they still talk about that game and the trip and everything that went along with it. Now, playing week 3 is definitely going to be unique to us and the challenges that are provided. You know, both teams will have an open week afterwards, but, you know, getting there, acclimating, time change, you know, everything from meals to practice facilities. I had a chance to go over there in April to see it. It's going to be a great setup. You get to play in one of the more iconic stadiums and really all the world and all the places that it's had. I think it's going to be a special experience, but one, like you said, and Kenny has alluded to as well, is to have our teams ready to play that day, but then to continually play the 9 games afterwards will be very important.
Center right, second row.
Coach Lynn Harrington, Stay Alive Power 5. How you doing today?
Good.
Good to see you again. So to follow up on, you know, your matchup with Arizona State and London, is there more urgency for that, considering, you know, when teams play over there, like what happened to Kansas State last year, you know, they lost that game and then they kind of had a disappointing season. Is there more urgency to try to go out there and win? And what do you plan on doing to utilize the spotlight with the exposure on that game?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part of that.
I said, how you plan on utilizing the spotlight with the exposure on the game?
I'm sorry, great. You know, a little bit of difference, and again, when you go over and play that game, if you win, you know, everything's good. If not, if things, then everybody has that. That's the reason the rest of the season, and that's a tough opportunity. The one thing that I think is a little different, even though it's in week 3 for us versus the Kansas State-Iowa State game of a year ago, both those teams came back and had to play that next Saturday. Didn't matter if it was an FCS opponent or who they each played, they had to get their teams back and ready, and that's tough. And that's, I think hopefully we feel we have a very confident plan that when we do get back about how we're going to get our guys, some time down, transition back, and then get ready for a game on October 3rd. So I think that'll be, very important as we move forward. Yes, there's probably some, obstacles that go with it, but we feel good about that. Obviously, the opportunity, Big Noon Cook-Off's going to be at the game. That's huge. Anytime a chance for your university to be kind of separate and on the stage with Arizona State, the opportunities that'll be, the coverage that'll bring. Hopefully many of you are still going to cover that as well. And hopefully the branding of that it does really for both universities across the board, not just for football, but we hope all these things can happen. And I just hope really it's just the start of opportunities for this conference to really take advantage of things that'll happen internationally. We talk about a lot of things in our sport now that are going on that emulate a lot of things that are done in the NFL. Well, there's a reason why the NFL keeps adding more and more games internationally for different reasons. Yes, they have more open weeks, they have more games, but if it wasn't beneficial to the overall bottom line, and let's face it, we got to worry about the bottom line. If it wasn't beneficial, they wouldn't be doing it. And I think, again, with the vision of Commissioner Yormark and his aggressiveness to maybe be outside the box in some things, I think that hopefully we'll be on the cutting edge of this for years to come.
Center left, second row.
Hi, Kennedy Hardeman with D210 Sports. Coach, I'm going to take a shift here. So I'm going to focus on impact a little bit. I know that life after football is really important, and your impact on your team is really important. What are the fundamentals from this program that you hope your players take with them on into life, and hopefully when they do go to the NFL or if they do get drafted?
Great question. I appreciate that. I think a lot of things that we do in our program transitions to what life is about. And we talk simply in our program about some simple things. Number one is punctuality. Being where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. That's a life skill. And honestly, many times we lose sight of that. And if you can't be on time, you want to own a business someday, you're going to have appointments. You're going to expect people to be there. So by enforcing the importance of that is something that we start with. We talk about our academics. We continue to do great things in the classroom. We had over a second semester in a row over a 3.4. And what we find out, if you're going to do well, and you can't just be a good football player. You need to be good in everything. And if you strive to improve in every facet of your life, you will get better. We try to emphasize, if you get better in the classroom, we see guys all the time. They may not come from a great academic, maybe foundation from high school or some things, but they get academic success through support in college. Their personal confidence grows. It grows. Their confidence on the field grows. They talk more. They talk more confidently. They ask more questions. They're inquisitive. They're proud when they're doing things. Those things are all life-building things. And we talk about that all the time because, as we know, the average NFL career, though we hope they all can get there, is going to be very small. And I tell our guys, even they're here, I'll give you 5 years in the NFL. That's fine. I'll give you a 5-year career. Odds are you don't have enough money to live the rest of your life, and B, you better find something else to do and you won't even be 30 years old yet. So you better have some other things to fall back on, and we try to emphasize that daily in our program.
Center right in the back.
Hey, Coach. Andy Diedrich, KGSO from Wichita, Kansas. Under your direction, this program has really risen from the ashes. Perennial basement dweller to where you're at now. A couple bowl appearances and then a win. But from where you're at to where you want to be, a contender on the national stage, I'm curious if the approach is different from when you took over to build it back to where it is now, to trying to get to that next step, to contend not only in the conference, but be relevant nationally.
Again, another fine question. I appreciate that. Obviously, standards have changed and expectations have changed in Lawrence, Kansas since we arrived, and we're proud of that. And obviously, the last couple of years have not gone the way we have. We haven't found a way to close out some close ball games. We've had some opportunities, probably well documented, some close losses that easily put us that we could be sitting up here today talking about 4 consecutive bowl games and yada, 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 but we haven't done that. And where does it fall? It falls on the head coach, and I have to do a better job to do that. Our players embrace that. They understand that, we're getting people's better shots than we did a couple years ago as far as who the Kansas Jayhawks are. And we have to embrace that. But I also know that our guys believe that we put together a staff and a team this year that can be extremely competitive, can be surprising. I love the depth that we have in our program, and we're going to put ourselves in a position, because the one thing about the parity in this conference that kind of goes through with the balance is that we've seen the years, and I've probably said it before, I think the 2021 season, where was Baylor thought of before they won the league in preseason? TCU was probably more the middle of the pack the year that they went to the playoffs. Arizona State was picked at the bottom or near the bottom the year Kenny took them to the playoffs. So there's a lot of things that can happen in this. And through the new portal era, I always think it has to do a little bit with some of the additions that people don't talk about that add depth and quality depth and sustainability to certain teams that allow them to compete. And I think one of the things that we feel good about our team this year is, from the first guy that steps on the field to the next guy, the gap there is the least it's ever been in our time.
All right, center left, 4 foot. Coach Cameron Clark, Daily Universe for BYU. You're one of 7 coaches in the Big 12 to play a night game at LaVell Edwards Stadium. You're the only one to win. What does it take to block out all the noise in each game that you're going to, especially going to London?
Are you trying to jinx me? I don't know. That was we pulled out an exciting game there a couple of years ago. I remember once in a conversation with Chris Kleiman, after he had played there earlier that season, talking about what a great environment, college football environment that is to go play. And it truly is. The environment, the energy, all those things. And it is a tough place to play. But you got to embrace it, and you got to know, and you've got to prepare for the noise and the excitement and those things that go along with it. And again, we try to keep a game close and find a way to win it late. We did.
Time for one final question. We'll go to center right in the back.
What about here?
Davis, Fred Davis, 105.3 The Fan. On a year 6, right? KU football has only 2 head coaches in the last 100 years. In year 6 or later, Mangino and Glenn Mason. What pressure have you felt as you go into year 6? KU football's only had 2 head coaches in the last 50 to 100 years that have actually had a winning season, year 6 or later, Mangino and Mason. What pressure are you feeling? You got the new stadium coming up, and with where the Big 12 is, and you got basketball schools like Indiana winning national champions. Why is it so hard to win at KU after year 6, and just kind of, where you're at now versus 6 seasons ago?
Well, I'd say this, extra pressure in the year 6. I think I probably put enough internal pressure on myself for our team to be at its best year in and year out, whether it be year 3 or year 6. Like I kind of said earlier, is that there's no doubt expectations are higher. Sustained winning is difficult. And again, you mentioned Indiana. Indiana's done an excellent job. And now many people think everybody can do it, but there's a lot of different things that go into that, and roster investment, and a lot of things that along with great evaluating and great coaching that go hand in hand, and they've done a great job. Our expectation is that we improve, that we put ourselves in position to compete for conference championships. If, you know, just like everybody else wants more teams in the playoffs, we put ourselves in position there. Glenn Mason, Mark Mangino did excellent jobs there. Again, for us to be able to contain and to sustain and move forward, I think in today's era of having the ability to add to your roster is honestly, it probably gives us a little better chance. I've talked to Coach Mangino in the past about what he thought after they went to the Orange Bowl, maybe some decisions in recruiting and things that he wished he would have done differently. And some of those is still staying with the same model that got you there without trying to maybe go a different route than they maybe had before. So all those things are kind of taking a look at. We look at what we can do each and every day to put ourselves in position, and we're excited about what this team will be.
Coach, thank you for your time and good luck this season.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming. I can hear them say, carry on our wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Masquerading as a man with a reason. My charade is the event of the season. And if I claim to be a wise man, well, it surely means that I don't know. On a stormy sea of moving emotion, tossed about, I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set a course for winds of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on our wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Our next guest at the 2026 Monster Energy Big 12 Football Media Days is Utah head coach Morgan Scalley. Following Coach's opening statement, we'll open the floor for Correction, Coach, we'll go straight to questions here. So if you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get to you. We ask before you ask your question to please stand, identify yourself with your name and media affiliation. So with that, we'll open it up to questions. Okay, we'll go here, center left, fourth row.
Okay, good? All right. Steve Bartle, KSL Sports. Coach, it's a new era at Utah. How do you want to define Utah football moving forward?
Well, Utah football has had a brand that's very recognizable. It's a physical brand, and it's very family oriented. I don't know that I want to necessarily change that recipe for success. It's maybe just the way the meal's prepared a little bit different, the way we lift and condition. If you ask anyone in our building, what's your culture, they will tell you RSNB, relentless, smart, nasty ball hawks, and that's just a way of playing and a way of living that I hope defines what we do on the football field.
Sammy Mora, YouthZone.com on 3. Coach, you guys are replacing your entire offensive line from last year. How would you assess the progress of the guys that are expected to start this fall?
Still some competition there. You're talking about replacing the offensive line. I'm excited for this group. Excited first and foremost because they've got an unbelievable teacher in Jordan Gross, a guy that's done it at the highest level, but it's an amazing teacher. And the development of those guys has been awesome. I think you saw that firsthand in the bowl game against Nebraska. The majority of those guys were not starters at the beginning of the season. Those are the guys that you're going to see come the season. Their development both in the weight room and on the football field has been awesome. And I love the story of those guys who've been waiting their turn, have been grinding and getting the work in, and finally have that opportunity, and now it's time. So that's a group that I'm very excited about.
Whoever goes center left to the back.
Coach Leo Rivera with Buff Stampede. Now being introduced to the coaches in this conference, how have you been able to connect with those guys, and do you have any conversations with them?
Great coaches in this conference, some that I've competed against, some that I recruited. I was a graduate assistant for 2 years at the University of Utah, and they gave me the area of Colorado to recruit. And I remember seeing this quarterback that I absolutely loved. He was long levered, and I couldn't go see him because, at the time, graduate assistant can't go out on the road recruiting. So I had him come to us. And he, on his own dime, flew out, showed up on campus in a shirt and tie, suit and tie, and left without an offer. But you know who offered him? Kansas State. It was Colin Klein. Isn't that crazy? So, and I've got relations with Kenny Dillingham, Kalani Sitake, these guys that I've met. So much respect for the coaches in this league. Really good coaches, good men, and it is a competitive league.
Okay, we'll go center left.
Carly Ludlow from the Daily Universe at BYU. Last year at the rivalry game against BYU, there were lots of threats of violence towards Utah fans. What are you hoping to change with the culture of this rivalry as you take over?
Well, I think the Utah-BYU rivalry is one of the best in the country, honestly. And I have so much respect for Kalani and his staff, a lot of the staff I've worked with. But it's definitely a mutual respect. And that's, you're always going to have the extremes. And that's the unfortunate part is you're going to have those extremes where people are doing stuff that you're not proud about. So I just think the way Kalani and I model, our relationship with one another and the respect we have for each other and our programs should lead the way, hopefully leads the way.
Center right, second row.
Coach Dan Tortora, Wake Up Call, DT.com. When you look at rising from within, not every coach gets to do that, to be with a program that they've obviously loved and supported for such a long time. What does that journey, your personal journey, mean to you? And just what Utah means over the years to now be sitting in that head coach chair?
Oh, it's surreal to be here. my dad played at the University of Utah. My entire family went there. And did I dream of becoming head coach? Not till later in my life, but it is a responsibility I don't take lightly. I've had opportunities to do everything within the program except coach offense. I've been worked in the weight room. I worked as the NFL liaison, the academic coordinator. You name it, I've done it. And I think it's uniquely prepared me for this opportunity. And like I said, I started coaching in 2006. And since that time, there's only been 7 teams in college football and FBS football that have had 3 or less coaching changes, head coaching changes. And of those teams, it's a 64% winning percentage. The teams that have had 3 or above 3, it's a 54% winning percentage. So there's something to be said about continuity and believing in a staff and creating a culture that's sustainable. So grateful to our president, Randall and Mark Harlan, for having the faith in me to continue that legacy.
Center left, second row.
Good afternoon, Coach. Candace Lamb with D210 Sports. You mentioned the motto of the program being relentless, smart, nasty ball hawks. How do you plan on placing your stamp on this program to keep that toughness alive?
Well, that is our culture. Culture is what you believe. It's how you behave based on that belief. And it's the experience that's delivered by that behavior. So, it's what we practice every day. It's not just words on walls. It's not just some great creative acronym. It's a way of life, and you have to practice it every day. When you see the behavior that you're asking for from your players and your staff, you promote it. Promote the heck out of it. Yeah, love it. You promote it, right? And then you don't permit anything that's counter to that culture. I don't care if you're a first-year freshman walk-on to a fifth-year senior that's going to be a draft pick. Everyone has to be held to the same standard. And our guys have bought into the culture. I'm very excited for it to show up on the football field.
Center left, fourth row.
Josh Furlan, Sports.
Speak up, Josh. Good night, dude.
Seriously. All right, Devin Dampier stepped up well in his power forward first year. What have you seen from him this year that gives you confidence that he can take a next step forward?
Well, Devin played a lot of last year, not 100%, sports hernia, but that just goes to show how competitive he is and how tough he is. I'm excited to see him play at full strength again. And also has got tremendous development from Ryan Gunderson, our quarterback coach, as well as Kevin McGibbon. When your best players are your best leaders and your hardest workers, you've got something going for you. And he is one of the best. This guy works his tail off. He understands that he's got deficiencies that he's trying to improve, and he works tirelessly to improve them. So cannot wait for the season that he's about to have.
If any of you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand and we'll get to you. We'll go to center right, third row.
Hey, Coach. James Techman again to White Right Sun. How excited are you about welcoming the Arkansas Razorbacks to Rice Eccles Stadium, second game of the year? And what kind of a challenge is it going to be to face a coach like Ryan Sturleyfield, who he's only going to be in his second game at Arkansas? So what kind of a challenge do you have, like preparing for a coach who's working with completely new personnel and putting in a new system in only the second game of the year?
Well, much like Florida, anytime you can get an SEC program to come to Rice Eccles Stadium, to come to the University of Utah, you're pretty fired up about it. It's obviously a storied program, and we can't wait to welcome them to Salt Lake City. Our stadium, our atmosphere is absolutely incredible, and we know that they're going to have a ton of athletes. And, when you're preparing for a new offense, you're preparing for new personnel, that's no different than every other year. You're going to do the best you can with the film you have, and ultimately, we're just excited to snap the football.
Coach, thank you. Oh, actually, we have one center left, second row.
Yeah, Morgan, Barry Trammell from the Tulsa World. I was told today that you actually, when you get out of school, you started your career in radio, spent a year, and then went into coaching. Just perspective, did you make the right career decision?
Well, I've got a video, I can tell. Loved my time at 1280 The Zone, Lemma Harrington. It was the Red and Blue show. I missed being in football. I missed teaching and the camaraderie, the connection that you have to players. But yeah, that was a fun time. And I sure made a fool out of myself on the radio. So I decided to get into football.
Coach, thank you for your time today and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Down in Utah, the guys and I dig a city called Salt Lake. It's got the grooviest kids, that's why we never get tired of Salt Lake. And the way the kids talk so cool is an out-of-sight thing. really see the road from the heat coming on. Reach down between my legs, ease the seat back. She's blinding, I'm buying, right behind it, we'll be on me now. Got the feeling,
We'll conclude today's main stage press conferences with West Virginia head coach Rich Rodriguez. After Coach's opening statement, we'll open the floor for questions, so please raise your hand and we'll have someone come over to you. Keep your hand raised until we can get one of our assistants there. Once you're called upon asking your question, we ask you to please stand, identify yourself with your name and media affiliation. So, Coach's opening statement.
Okay, yeah, I don't really have much of an opening statement. If you want to know how I feel or felt, I guess all you got to do is look at that picture that they had up there with the kind of my facial expressions. But it's great to be here. I guess I'm the last one going, so appreciate you hanging around. I also want to mention Mike Montoro, our media people. Where is he at? He got a plaque, some kind of award he got, and he's carrying it around like it's his prized possession. So if you all were involved in it, there he is down there. Congratulations, Mike. Great. Get a round of applause for Mike and Mike over there. That's all good. But no, appreciate you hanging around. That's all by opening statement. So,
all right. We'll go center right, second row.
And Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Looking at Scotty Fox as well as Michael Hawkins in this heated battle going into the fall, just what it's done for this team, how it's ignited the offense, and what you see from the two guys as the Mountaineers get set for 2026.
Yeah, I guess I have a loaded answer to an easy question. You know, we kind of flipped the roster again, 80 get new guys again this year, and it wasn't, we just had to because we had a lot of seniors last year. We had a little bit more money this year, a lot more time, a little bit more intent on who we wanted to get out of the portal. So now we only got, I think, 14 or 15 seniors, but we wanted to have competition in every position, and legitimate competition, and we wanted guys that had production, not potential. So at the quarterback spot, Scotty coming back, he played as a really young true freshman last year and competed well. He's got better, but we wanted a guy that could, you know, we think could compete with a starting job and maybe take us to another whole level. And that was Mike Hawkins, who had a great spring. He could run, he could throw. You know, the thing that I thought was most impressed with Mike and Scotty both in spring is with their decisiveness. You know, a lot of times a quarterback are still learning the system and they hold on to the ball too long or they hesitate. And Mike and Scotty were both really, really decisive in their actions. So I'm excited about those two leading the charge there. But I also think we're able to get competition at just about every position. And we look more for production as opposed to potential. You know, guys that had been very productive, whether it's at a group of 5 school or what have you, that started and played in college games and wanted to try to play at the highest level. And so I thought our staff did a good job with that. I think the few returning players we have coming back have done a great job of helping us establish the culture, reestablish the culture, I guess you could say. And so I feel pretty confident we're better all the way around.
Center left in the back.
Hey, Coach. Robert Aronoff, Knights 24/7. One of the storylines we followed last year was kind of the dual homecoming of you and Scott Frost back to the programs where you had a higher level of success. Last year you told us you know where the traps are laid, you know where the bodies are buried, and that made the transition easier. Now we know that probably you and Scott Frost did not experience the success you were hoping for last year.
I fell in a couple of those traps that we I knew where they're at and I still got tripped up by them, but no, go ahead.
You know, we know about Frost coming from outside of college ball and coming in late in the process, but it had been a handful of years since you had been in a power football conference. what experiences did you have this past year that's going to change how you move forward and how you conduct your business?
Yeah, the game is constantly evolving. I mean, I said this last year. I mean, you could brag about having so many years of experience, but if you never learned or grew from your experience, you don't have 20-some years experience. You got 1 year repeated 20-some times, right? Well, now, especially true with where college athletics is at, college football in general. I mean, you got to be able to manage your money. You're paying players, so you got to pay the right guys. If you make a mistake, you got to own up to it and make adjustments. If you made the right move, you got to make sure you lock them in. Money helps solve a lot of problems. You know, you could make more mistakes if you got more money, but you still got to make the right decisions on staffing and on players and play calls, all that kind of stuff. So as tough as it was at times last year, I think it was our biggest learning year going forward to this year, because we knew we'd have a little bit more, you know, we have a full rev share now. You know, last year we didn't have that. You know, we had more time to find guys that were productive at the other schools that played college football, as opposed to, we didn't have any offensive linemen that started games last year. So we were able to get more guys that we thought were ready to play and more competition in all the positions. And you got to constantly evolve a little bit. I guess I've been around long enough to know that we're, you know, college football, in my opinion, is such a great entity. It's hard to screw it up, but there's so many things going on right now that's going to try to screw it up. But you got to try to overcome it the best way you can, and we have a good plan for that. The good part of that, I felt this way last year, and I feel even more so now. You have to win in college athletics. You have to be aligned all the way from the top down, from your board, your president, your athletic director, obviously your coaches, and your players, and your fan base as well. And we have that in West Virginia. We are aligned with where we want to go to. So I feel confident we'll be a lot better this year, probably a lot better than people predict, but we've got to prove that first.
Center left, second row.
Hi, Coach. Lacey Hawthorne from D210 Sports. What's one thing fans may not know about this group that you think they'll see once the season starts?
What's the question? What they
may not know about this group that you think they'll see once the season starts.
About our school? Country Roads. It's become viral, is it not? You know, it used to be kind of just a little thing we played after we won a game. We started it in 2002, and then our baseball team makes the great run, and then they see it nationally, and now all of a sudden there's World Cup teams playing Country Roads. I don't know if they truly know the meaning of it, but I'm kind of glad they do that, because West Virginia I'm a West Virginia native, I'm a West Virginia guy, and so it's not really a secret to me how fabulous our state is, but every time Country Roads gets sung, every time it gets played, the people in our state have a lot of pride, because if you're from West Virginia, or you went to West Virginia, or you're a West Virginia fan, you know, it means something to you. And I take a lot of personal pride in the fact that we're such a small state. I think we might be the smallest state that has a Division I Power 4 program. And so, but we're the only Power 4 program, and no NBA, no NFL other team. And so there's a lot of pride that goes into our sports teams, in particular our football program. So I want our players to understand that. Our players are from all over. We got 20-some different states, 3 different countries. But when they get to West Virginia, those Country Roads kind of binds them all together, and it's kind of a neat place to be at. It's not kind of, it is a neat place to be at.
Far left in the back.
Taylor Kitten, Chinny Charles, Get Mail. Wow, the echo. Sorry, my fault. But Coach, talk about Nick Cray's leadership from last year to now. How has that grown, especially in your culture and the tradition that you guys are continuing to grow?
What was the question about what has grown?
Nick Cray's leadership.
I'll slow down a little bit.
Nick Cray, his leadership.
Nick. Okay, yeah. Nick last year was probably our most productive and best offensive lineman. And Nick could play tackle, but when we brought in Coach Rick Trickett, the new O-line coach, he wanted to try him at guard. He thought that would be Nick's natural position. And he had a great spring at guard, but he could play guard, he could play tackle. He knows the system. He's kind of the leader up front. And I don't need rah-rah leaders. I don't need that. And Nick's not that guy, but from his work ethic, from his talent, the way he represents our program, he's everything we want in leading the guys up front. And I think Nick will be one of the best linemen in our league this year. And he's still getting better, you know, with Coach Trickett's coaching and with Nick's ability and work ethic. I think he's an all-conference guy.
Center right, third row.
Hey, Coach. James Technigan, White Red Sun. You talked about, changes in college football and how the game's constantly evolving. You have Caden Lewis who's coming in as a true fullback from Arizona. Can you talk about what you can expect from him contributing to your offense and also the challenge of finding fullbacks in this day and age of people playing spread football?
Yeah, it's the fullback position. We kind of went away for a long time. A lot of times nowadays you just use the tight end in that role. But we wanted a guy that, there's no secret that we like to run the football. And I didn't know if we had a guy that was a true fullback in the old school ways. And Caden kind of popped up there in the portal, and I'm like, hey, he got a role to play. And I think part of what's so neat about coaching in football, you got so many different, it's unlike any other sport. You got 11 truly different positions on offense. Maybe you're 12 if you count a fullback, all different positions on defense. And so when you're putting together a team, you want to make sure that you have every kind of position with a guy that's a quality player. And so we really didn't have a true fullback kind of guy we wanted to use in our offense. And so Caden was the guy that popped up. He fits the bill. He doesn't care if he's going to run it. You can block him every time. And so he's going to play a role for us there. But it's different constructing a roster now than it was just 5 or 6 years ago. So you got to try to bring guys in there, all have a value to your program, and then try to use them as best you can to make that value show up.
Center left, 6th row.
Jordan Edmondson, Sickos Committee. The Backyard Brawl is one of the best rivalries in college football, but we're going on hiatus. The fans want it. What needs to happen to keep that non-conference rivalry going?
Well, I think we tried. I think we got Pitt coming back in 28, maybe in 3 years, and that'll be great. I mean, we should be playing them every year, and so we'll get them back. Now, I don't know how long that's going to keep going after that, but I think all what's happened in college athletics, part of the conference expansions and breakups or whatever, has caused some of those traditional rivalries to go by the wayside. I mean, I've got my own opinions. I'm not afraid to share my own opinions. I love the Big 12, but it'd be nice to have some regional, have us all come together. Can't we all come together and shake hands and give each other a group hug, and then have a Eastern Regional and a South Regional and a North Regional, and then everybody share the money, and there's money for everybody. We all can get along, like 60 of us or so. I think that would be great. I don't know did anybody else say that? Probably not. They might be afraid. I don't care. I think that would be good. So I'm going to put my pitch right now. I'm not speaking for anybody other than Coach Rod, that he would love for all the Power 4 teams to come together, shake hands, and then, hey, let's get the biggest TV package in the history of TV packages, and then we can have Pitt and Virginia Tech and Penn State and Maryland and Cincinnati and maybe Virginia and North Carolina, one of those all right there, and our fans can drive to it. We have a rivalry every year, and everybody make money. Nobody gets fired. Players get good, and and then this place will be packed again, and we can have this would be the how would you call it, the Texas regional kind of, and so you guys would come. Wouldn't that be fun? Can we put that together? I got all the ADs out there shaking their head like I'm nuts. But this is, I got a lot more time behind me than ahead of me. I want to just get this thing right before I leave.
Center left in the back.
Kenneth Bowman, GoCougs.com. Coach, with Houston on your guys' schedule again this year, what are your thoughts on Willie Fritz, and what excites you about the matchup?
Yeah, Willie, that was probably the best game we played last year. We didn't play very good most of the year, but we played decently in that game. But I've known Coach Fritz since his time at Tulane, because I used to coach at Tulane, so I actually went down there and visited with him. I think he's one of the best coaches in college football. He's a proven winner, and he's proved it at all levels, which a lot of us got started at small school levels, in whether it's Division II or junior college or high school, whatever, and Willie's proved himself at every level. He's won at every level he's been at, and he's grinded his way to where he's at now, leading a top 25 team, and I think he's one of the best football coaches in America. So I got tremendous respect for him and the Houston Cougars and what they do on the football field.
Final question, we'll go to center right.
Hey, Coach. Cal Phillips, the 4-star Telegram. What are you expecting from Cam Cook in his return to the Big 12?
Yeah, our running back was going to be completely new. I mean, not one person returning. So we wanted to get a veteran guy that we knew could play at this level and had some experience. Well, Cam was a leading rusher in the country. He played in a similar system at Jack State last year, has played in the Big 12 before, and he's a complete player. And he can run, obviously. He's a great pass protector, a smart guy, can run, got great ball skills. And so he's kind of the bell cow in that room, and really pleased. He had an outstanding spring, and he was a target from, I think, maybe when he was the first running back and Cam Cook was the first guy, and fortunately we got him.
Coach, thank you for your time today, and good luck this season.
Okay, thanks, guys.
That concludes our main stage press conferences today, so thank you all for joining us. And then at 1:40 today, we'll have the Coaches Roundtable. Thank you.
Older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning hours. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, get a little mud on the tires, 'cause it's a good night to be out there soaking up the moonlight. Stake out a little piece of shoreline. I've got the perfect place in mind. It's in the middle of nowhere, only one way to get there. You gotta get a little mud on the tires. Moonlight on a duck blind, catfish on a trot line. Sunset's about 9 this time of year. We can throw a blanket down, crickets singing in the background, and more stars than you can count on a night this clear. Come together right now over me.
All right, now it gets fun. I want to begin by thanking everyone from the Big 12 and all the coaches assembled here, all the players as well. It's the second day for us here, and so much goes into making these 2 days happen at a venue like this and as smoothly as all of this has gone. So I want to really take a moment to thank Brett Yormark and his entire staff at the Big 12 for putting together a really spectacular 2 days here in Frisco. My name is Kevin Connors. I work at ESPN. I wear a lot of hats in Bristol. One of them is a college football studio host, and it's great to be talking ball with all of the coaches here and all the players as well. One of the big themes of the summer from a sports standpoint has been the World Cup, and it's been neat to see the marriage here with the Big 12 and the football meets football initiative that the league has put together, and I think that's a great place to start. TCU headed to Dublin this season. Arizona State and Kansas are going to play in London. Coach Leipold, I want to begin with you. What are your thoughts on taking things global here in the Big 12 and playing a game internationally?
Well, I just think it's a great opportunity for our student athletes. It'll be it is challenging. There's some challenging things in schedule, and for us in Arizona State to play week 3, there'll be some things, but I do think that we're still in the business of student athlete experience, and I've said this multiple times. I was a graduate assistant many moons ago at the University of Wisconsin, and we played in Tokyo. And to this day, if I run into a player that was on that team, they talk about that trip. And I think we're going to have a memory of a great experience. I also know, as we know, Commissioner Yormark has been on the cutting edge and outside the box thinking. I've said is you look at the NFL and what they do, there's a reason why they keep going internationally for a lot of different reasons. And as we continue to look to expand our game and expand ways to promote and have revenue resources, I think this is just the beginning of something special for our conference.
Kenny Dillingham mentioned that yesterday, the player experience, and it's refreshing to hear. Coach Dykes, we talked about it a little bit on TV earlier. Your opportunity to play in Dublin against North Carolina to open the season, what's that experience like?
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Personally, I've never been to Europe before. Certainly never been to Ireland. It'll be a great experience, like Lance said, for our players, for our staff. I think for our fans, we have a big number of fans going, guys going a week early, playing golf, doing all this stuff over there. So I think it's a great experience for them. We're fortunate it's week 0. We're going to have an open date coming off. We're not going to have as many maybe logistical challenges as they are doing it week 3. But yeah, I think it's anytime you can do something like that. You know, those games historically are well attended. Those games historically have been well viewed on television. It's the first college football game of the year, and anticipate a lot of eyes on the game.
Is there a curfew for the coaches there in Dublin? How's that going to work?
Oh yeah, there's going to have to be a serious curfew with our guys, for sure. Players will be fine. I'm not worried about the players. I'm worried about the coaches.
Exactly. You know, over the past 2 days, we've been deep diving on a lot of the programs here, and we've all sort of landed on the Big 12 being the league of the quarterback. 6 returning starters, including Big 12 first-teamer Noah Fifita. You've got others who saw significant time at the position last year. Several newcomers played in conference championship games. And Coach Scally, you've got one who just did a little bit of a breakdown for us. He's got a future as an analyst there in Devon. What's it like preparing to play the level of quarterback that you'll see in the Big 12 on a week-to-week basis?
It's a nightmare. Yeah, I think the challenge right now in the Big 12 is you've got your returners that have a ton of experience. So these are smart football players, high football IQ, and then you have the newcomers, guys that you haven't seen on film necessarily, guys that have transferred in that you know they're going to be productive. One thing, you know, coming into this league is the teams are not afraid of running the quarterback, particularly when you play the style of defense that we play with a single high safety, an extra guy in the box, and that can create some problems. So not only are you getting scrambling quarterbacks, but you're getting quarterbacks also that they're designing QB runs for. So very competitive league that way.
Coach Satterfield, same question for you. The challenge of preparing to play the quality of quarterback that you'll play every week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to echo what Coach said is that, you got a lot of different styles. You have quarterbacks that can spin the ball and throw it all over the field. You also have guys that they spread you out and then they're going to run that quarterback off, tackle her up the middle. It's extremely difficult to defend it. So you have to do some different things, I think, defensively to try to, get in the mind of the quarterback a little bit, to try to throw him off his rhythm. But it's difficult, particularly now, when you get 11 guys playing on 11 guys, when that guy can run, it makes a difference.
In late May, there was a vote among the head coaches assembled here and the ones that were here yesterday on the topic of expanding the college football playoff to 24 teams. As we pointed out yesterday, and many people know, the vote was unanimous among the coaches to want to expand the field. Coach Rodriguez, why expand the field?
Well, I think obviously it's more access for more teams. That's a good thing. I personally, I don't care if it's 24 or 30 or 36 or 52 or 112. Because somebody says, well, you get 24 and then you don't make the playoffs, then you had a bad year and your coaches could get fired. Well, hell, if they want to fire, they'll fire you. You know what I mean? I think you got to win no matter what. But I think to 24 guarantees, there's a lot more teams in our league that could compete nationally against the other teams, and they would see that in a playoff. That's the thing I'm pretty pleased about. You'll get some of the teams that are represented here, the teams that were represented last night. You give them the chance to compete nationally against teams from these other so-called power leagues, and you'll see some positive results in our league. And so that, to me, that's the benefit about expanding the playoff to 24.
Coach Brennan, why did you vote in favor of expanding?
Well, for me, it's a lot like Rich Rod said, but I take it back to March Madness. Like, just what a fun thing that is for America, what a fun thing that is as a sports fan, and why not have some level of that in college football? Right now, it just seems so exclusive. Like, why don't we create a format or a system that is a little more inclusive and gives more people a shot at playing on that big stage?
Let me ask each of you a follow-up on that, though, because one potential impact there, casualty potentially, if there's an expansion, would be losing a conference championship game. How does that sit with you?
Well, I think if you have 24 and you're in a conference championship game, you and the other team or two of them are going to be in it. You know what I mean? So I think everybody's coach will tell you your first goal every year is to win the conference championship. And so if you're playing for the championship, you're going to probably be in the playoff. I would think if you're one of those two. So I don't really see the downside of it. But if you're, I think, you're playing a lot of games. That's the only thing. I wish we could play 10 games. And then maybe we go like the Ivy League. We play 10 games and then we're done by mid-November. I don't think that'll work, though, do you? So since we're going to go ahead and go on to play the full 12 games and play a conference championship game and play the playoffs, let's play as many as we can, make as much money as we can, and be able to pay our players. That'd be a good thing, wouldn't it? Yeah.
On the subject of players, it's not lost on anyone here the number of Big 12 players that were taken in the April NFL draft. 38 in all, including 11 over the first two rounds. Coach Klein, you're new to the head coaching position here in the Big 12, but obviously you know the league very, very well. How would you describe the way this league in particular amasses and develops talent?
Well, I think those numbers speak for themselves. I think being able to, even the last 2 years, get around and see a couple different conference, right? But you're able to see the depth and of schematic coaching, the depth of real, true development. And I think those numbers speak louder than recruiting rankings or how many NFL-type caliber players are you putting out on a yearly basis is a big number.
Coach Rogers, how about you? Your view from afar, the way this league has amassed and developed talent.
Yeah, I think it speaks to the coaches as well, as far as being able to recruit, develop, and then retain them in league. And that could be recruiting out of high school, or that could be recruiting out of the portal. Either way, they're part of your program, and they take that next step, up with you in their journey to become a pro. And I think it speaks to how competitive this league is, and you can see that just by the point differential of how close these games are.
One of the new realities about the sport is that every coach here, every program that you represent has seen their team dramatically impacted by the transfer portal, both ways. Coach Brennan, we talked about this a little bit. How do you go about building culture in this transitional time?
I think it starts with the linemen and your coaching staff. Everybody, I think, we as coaches, we got to provide the framework for how the culture is going to operate on a day-to-day basis. And then we got to do an incredible job holding everybody accountable to that standard. And I think when you have a staff that is aligned and a team that understands what the expectations are, you have a chance to move in the right direction every single day. And that's what we're trying to do.
Coach Satterfield, it's such a buzzword, culture. How about for you? How do you establish culture at this time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same as Coach was talking about, with the new rules now, when you got your portal guys coming in January, you have the whole semester, plus you have the summer. Nowadays, these high school guys are graduating early as well. So, when you go through spring, you have the bulk of your team at that point in time, which I think is great because now you do have an opportunity for those guys to come in and learn what your standard is, which there in return creates your culture. And us as coaches, I feel like we got a lot of opportunity throughout the spring and summer now and access to our guys to be able to implement that. And all the things that we're doing now with our players, every single day they're getting to know each other and, trying to get that continuity between each other and, learning to care about each other because we all need that once you get out on the game field in the fall.
Coach Dykes, just a few years ago, your team had that magical run to the national championship game. And, of course, that's the goal for everyone, to be playing football into January. But here in 2026, the calendar is such where the portal opens in January. What's the key to balancing things, knowing that in the month of December?
Yeah, it's challenging for sure. That year in 22, we had the night before we left to go to LA to play Georgia in the national championship, we had 5 transfer portal official visits the night before we left to go play in the national championship game. Then we had a very small recruiting. I mean, we were the ones trying to meet with those players and trying to recruit these guys as we're trying to get our team prepared to go play for a national championship. So that was a very difficult situation. As I said earlier, I mean, we didn't have the staff really to be able to handle it. And so it was a lot. Those were a long couple of weeks. Fortunate for us, we just played the semifinal game against Michigan and had a 10 days between the national championship game. But that whole time was very challenging. There was a lot going on, a lot of movement. At that time, the portal was new and everybody was trying to figure it out. And so there was a lot of time that was dedicated to trying to recruit our players, retain those guys, lay out our vision for them and their future in our program, while at the same time trying to prepare for a Michigan team that only lost 1 game in 2 years and then go play a Georgia team that was the defending national champions. And so it was challenging, but you just kind of find a way. And like I said, the calendar I think is a little better now than it was then, but we have to continue to be mindful that you can only do so many things. There's only so much time in the day. And especially at the end of the year, just from a mental health standpoint, we've got to do a good job taking care of our players and of our staff as well.
Well said. Coach Scally, this will be your first time as a head coach going through that. I mean, what are your expectations for navigating the month of December, knowing what the timeline is like?
Well, I think you have to trust and have faith in your personnel staff, your recruiting department, because your current players, the guys that are playing for you, that are playing for a championship, they're giving all they have, they deserve all your time and energy. I think you do them a disservice if, you're looking at outside, the program when what you've got going on inside the building is what matters. So trusting the personnel, the GM, the recruiting department to do their job, to get the right guys in front of us when the time is right.
This league is unique in so many ways, but I think one of the most obvious is the home atmospheres found in the Big 12. I think in many ways they define the Big 12 football experience. Coach Rogers, what's the first thing you think of when you think of home atmospheres in the Big 12?
Yeah, I think it's part of the pageantry of college football, which makes it special. Some of us, we are the professional sport in our state, and players want to be a part of an unbelievable atmosphere, and all of these programs have done an unbelievable job of creating home field advantage just based off of the atmosphere in which they've created and the success that they've been able to have to continue to get fans in the stadium, continue to make it fun, continue to make it a great experience for those showing up. And I'm excited for our first game in Ames because I know it's a rowdy place to compete in.
Coach Rodriguez, how about for you? You've been in this league, you've been in other leagues, now you're back. What makes the home experience in the Big 12 unique?
I think that all the coaches agree that you want all your players and all your coaches want to be coaching somewhere where football is important. And it's not going to be the most important part of your life, but it's going to be one of the most important things. So, you want to have an atmosphere there where it's really important. And in our league, at every one of our schools, football is important. And you can see that by the crowd attendance. You can see that by the intensity and all the things that go with home games in the Big 12. So we're fortunate we have a crowd base that it's very, very important to, and a state that is very important to. But we have that throughout our entire league.
And along those lines, you want a homecoming game. This is not necessarily the league to have it in. 11 of the 16 teams in the Big 12 knocked off an AP-ranked team last season. And 6 different teams, as we've talked about a lot this week, have won the last 6 Big 12 titles. Coach Leipold, you've lived it. What makes this league so competitive?
Again, I think it's been touched on by others today. First of all, I think it's an outstanding group of coaches and coaching staffs that, again, the parity that's been assembled, I think in today's era gives everybody a chance. We talk a little bit about travel and all those things. You match up differently against everyone each and every week. And again, I think that's something that this conference and this group of coaches have embraced that makes it special from top to bottom.
Coach Klein, you've seen it as a player and now as a coach. What makes this league so competitive?
Well, I just think those environments that we're all talking about are hostile. I mean, you got people burning couches and paddles on the wall and tornado sirens going off and all sorts of craziness. So, but it's great for the players. I know it makes, those memories they will carry with them, for the rest of their life, and something you wouldn't trade for the world.
I wonder where my couch went. Now I know.
Smoldering in the parking lot there. Coaches, thank you so much for the access this week and for your candor and for the opportunity to get together here in Frisco. It's been a really fun week, and we wish all of you a lot of health and success this season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bear down.
Good to be alive right about now.